walking right by me like it's nothing. Fuck you thinking I saw you feeling me across the room. Now let me have you come here. Can we skip the games and the 3-day text? Oh baby, you have got nothing to fear. Do you fuck with me or am I losing it? Trying to make things clear. Let me take you to my place. Just leave the talking to me and open up, you'll see that I wanna take you back to my place. Just take a walk with me so everyone can see us. What if I told you that I knew I'd figure it out without a doubt? I say, so get those eyes on me from across the room. Now let me have you come here. Can we skip the games and the 3-day text? Oh baby, you have got nothing to fear. Fuck with me or am I losing it? Trying to make things clear. Neutron! Is she for real? I'm looking at you, walking right by me like it's nothing. Fuck you thinking. Let me take you to my place. Just leave the talking to me and open up, you'll see that I wanna take you back to my place. Just take a walk with me so everyone can see us. Let me take past in places I've known to call home. And even if I could recover, I still wouldn't have a reason to stay here. No, I would keep running from who I am now, desperately looking for someone to heal me. Please make yourself appear from the mist. I know I can see you now, I can't refuse. Please make your way out of the dark now. Make me believe that I still have reason to stay here. I'm lost without you. I'll move every mountain here for you. Let it go, just let it go. I want us to go where we last held on. I'll fall without you, right to the ground beneath the grass I'll lay. My bones will shed the tears I left, leaving the memory we once shared. I'll be the one who says sorry for the life I gave you then. I'll come out the dark now. Make me believe that I still have a reason to stay.
Family, welcome back to the channel. Please do me a favor, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, do everything necessary to get this thing to live long, thrive, and survive. What is good, everybody? Welcome back, welcome back. Let me hear, and let me feel those A's in the chat right away, man. Throw those A's in the chat if you can hear your boy speak. Throw them right away so that I can hear you speak to me through letters, right? What is good, team? Welcome back to the channel. Oh, man, is it an exciting day or what, man? I can't believe it. I can't believe it. We finally got that freaking cat to say something, right? Absolutely ridiculous if you ask me, man. This is good stuff. All right, so wait, first of all, let's go ahead and get some stuff out of the way, because I know that these are things that we're gonna ask ourselves, right? What in the world did the freaking cat actually mean, right? What is he talking about? Throw your answers in the chat right now, and let's speculate, okay? I understand that it's the original Time magazine from 2006, right, guys? So was that the introduction of YouTube, or what was it, right? Because also, isn't there a ticker U as well that's also pumping? There's a whole bunch of things tied to this thing right now, and it's actually creating a huge cascade of events, right? So, oh my goodness, man. So you go ahead and let me know what you think it is, but let's speculate together right now. We can literally brainstorm these things as we speak right now, right? So yeah, why don't we go ahead and bring that boy up here, Roaring Kitty, right? My dude actually posted this thing up today, right in here. This is the hold up just a sec. Yeah, we got that post right over here, guys. Okay, a couple things that we're observing here, right? The 109 and the 420. A lot of people talking about that. A lot of people talking about the 109 and 420. Some people are also talking about, wait, why aren't we highlighting the time here? And why aren't we actually talking about the 109 and the 420 being YouTube? Is there going to be some type of stream of sorts, right? What are we talking about here? What is he trying to do for us, right? Or for himself? It doesn't matter, man. But whatever it is, it's pumping up something that he's probably in already. Okay, so I don't know. I don't know. It doesn't. Guys, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and ask you here in the chat so you can tell me for once and for all, is Roaring Kitty holding any position on GME at all? Okay, is he holding any position at all, guys? Please let me know in the chat if he is. Okay, Dust is saying that he is. What is the stake that he's holding? Is it big? Is it small? You know, what the heck is it? Right, so could it be time for us to have GME pop to the upside? Funny thing is that just yesterday we were talking about the price action for GME, and I gotta tell you this, right? Just real fast here, because there is a speculation based on what they were asking me, my students, right, or my team. So I spoke to them about a potential upside coming in, right? And this is not something based around any mathematical properties, nothing crazy like that, right, team? So if it is something that we were waiting for as far as an upside, we were waiting for the bounce from the 50% of the annual time frame, 50% bar retrace, right? This is the complete decompression of the annual bar, right? And I'm speaking about the 1 year bar because it's about to close, guys. We have 25 days left on this huge ass bar, right, guys? We have to always observe those potentials in the markets, right, guys? The same thing here. You got to be aware of when you are in order to know where you're going to go, right, team? So we have the annual candle, we have the semi-annual, quarterly, and we have a few other ones closing too, bi-monthly and your monthly time frame, right, guys? That monthly time frame just opened up, 25 days left to go, and of course you see that pullback right away on that monthly bar, 50% prior bar pull, and then you get that upside, right, guys? The current resistance right now on GME is right at about that 2907. But before I continue on this and continue to feed the people here, right, as we're getting the room full here on YouTube. So welcome back, everybody. Please do me a favor, hit that like button, make sure to subscribe to the channel, do everything necessary to get this thing to really pop off, right? But yes, let's go ahead and take a look at that ticker as well. See, KOSS, right, Koss. A lot of people talking about this. Why are you guys talking about this ticker? So do we have any type of continuation on this, man? This thing has literally been consolidating in a range here for fucking ever, man. So if there is any type of formation here that we can use, little silly diagonal lines, little tiny, we're going to bring out the crayons right now, right? And and find out what the hell's going on here, because of course, yes, you can see here that we have a clear regression, right? This thing could be indicative of a type of right angle triangle, descending triangle, right? We have the hypotenuse on top. We have that flat bottom right down here, right? So it looks like we're approaching around that 65% to the apex of the triangle, which is typically, right, where these triangles tend to break out. 65 to 75% to the apex of the triangle. Of course, we're going to experience a type of reaction from price. And being that we're already at the bottom side of this, well, there could be some type of movement here, right? So who is long? Go ahead and throw those A's in the chat if you are long on ticker symbol KOSS, because I have no idea what you're doing here, right? But this is the Koss Corporation here, and for some reason it's being tied to all of those other tickers that are moving with AMC and GME, right? So very curious times indeed as we're observing this. So why don't we go ahead and take a look at some of my algorithms here, right? So I've actually taken the freedom here and the opportunity, right, from the coding, from the syntax of version 5 of PineScript's, it doesn't matter. It's PineScript that I'm writing shit on, right? So we have here linear volatility and its dispersion of return. So I'm going to use this to give us some type of iteration count for both of the AMC GME assets as well, alongside the KOSS. Okay, so what we're looking for here is, certainly a phase of critical contraction, right, below the 15th percentile, so that we could get ourselves a type of compression, right? We want to contract as heavy as we can in order for us to experience a heavy move to come up, right? right? Mathematically speaking, you get these 2 standard deviation downsides from the mean, or from the 2 standard deviation upside or downside mean reversion, right? Something that has been existing in the market since what? Jim Simons of 1973 from Renaissance Tech, Rentech, right? So that's always good to actually use in the broader markets even still today. The problem with that is that when you're using Bollinger Bands, the Bollinger Bands just expand and they contract to whatever the hell they want. So this is why I'm using linear volatility, right? So linear volatility right now, just it is not, let me repeat that, okay, guys? If I'm speaking of upside on volatility, that does not mean price bias, okay? It does not mean upside on price. It means simply that it is getting more volatile in whatever time frame it is that we're observing it, okay? So please remember, the direction bias is going to come from your stochastic momentum, right, guys? Typical EMA 3, SMA 14 within a smoothing factor of 3 inside of that indicator, right, guys? So just to give you some basic tools here, just to understand where we're going here, this is what we're going to use moving forward, okay, guys? So yeah, we're getting a nice little pop to the upside here on the 12-hour time frame of Koss, and let's get more granular, right? 30-minute time frame on this little pop to the upside here right before that market close. I'm curious to see what's going to happen at Euro Open for this ticker, right? But it looks like we're also getting a little bit of expansion towards the upside with that upside bias. That could literally mean that we're getting corrective pivots, right? So 10-minute time frame, there it is, right? We're getting an upside. However, we're still looking like it's a little contractive here. So in order for us to solidify, or to make sure that we are getting some earlier time frame upside, we want to make sure that 5, 10 minute, 15-minute cascades into the 30, the hourly, the bi-hourly, and the 3 and 4, right? So as soon as we start getting into those 2, 3, 4 hour time frames, then we can start looking at potential half days, 2 days, 3 days, right, of continuation of zigzag still, right? But still upside, right? No problem, guys. So that is currently what I'm observing here from the 10-minute. What about the 5-minute time frame? Well, there's your volatility spike, right? So very nice, crossing above that SMA 7 here, and looking at the stochastic momentum, we have the SMA 14 crossing into the bullish control zone. All right, so 10-minute time frame, upside bias on that. Look, yeah, it is, I guess, kind of curving here, so that's nice. It could be bleeding into the 15-minute time frame and 10-minute time frame. What else do we got here? All right, yeah, we have a nice little upside on that cross. Yeah, we have a nice crossover potential on that 30-minute time frame as well, with an upside bias here. We're going to do this mathematically, okay, guys? So hourly time frame does have a little bit of weakness towards that downside, and it did have some contraction based on that move. So that contraction with downside and slightly shifting towards the upside on stochastics, that's telling you here that the sell side conviction has kind of come down just a little bit, right? All good in the hood. Bi-hourly time frame here giving us that corrective pivot that we're looking for, right? It's starting to get that expansion, breaking outside of the outside of the 15% of critical contraction with an upside bias on this volatility means that we're actually getting more participants inside of this asset. Being short, being long, whatever it is, there's just more volatility in it, and that's currently what we want to see with a direction bias. And right now, stocks are kind of facing sort of in a consolidation manner, but after a downtrend. So that's pretty good. I want to see if I can catch anything here from the larger time frame. Well, you know what? If we can actually put a trend line right down here, we're going to notice that Koss has already reversed from a very typical area here, historically speaking, right? So many iterations to where we've experienced some, cataclysmic upsides here from this very low here on the 3-hour time frame of stochastic momentum. So that's not bad at all, right? And also check out all that contraction here. Anytime that you get a purple closing bar just like this, that tells you that we are closing below the 2% of critical contraction. And that is telling you that every closure on a 3-hour time frame has been under the 2% of critical contraction. Guys, mathematically speaking, when the more time frames you allocate like this with that critical contraction, all this contraction here usually leads towards a pretty big an impulse, right, towards that upside. Bi-hourly time frame on this, same situation, right? Lots of contraction right down there. 3-hour time frame, that huge contraction. 4-hour time frame, all this contraction, right? That's good stuff, guys. That means that the mean reversion on this is likely to be kind of a substantial move here. So I guess if I can kind of put together an upside thesis for Koss right now, let me just see where that upside can end. 6-hour time frame still has an upside here. Consolidation. So I would say about 6 to 8 hours max of upside coming in. We have an 8-hour time frame ATR of about 30 cents on this, 29 cents. So that'll put you at about an ATR top of about, I would say, $7.18, given that this does make the move towards the upside, it puts us right at the prior 8-hour bar resistance, and also a few resistances, and also a 50% of a current range, right? It's a little bit of a chop box in there, so I wouldn't react at those points, okay, team? If price action does have the ability to come back down into this area here, you're seeing that you have confluent bottoms anywhere between that 684 to around 658, right? Lots of range within that, yes, but this would be the better area to kind of enter the market, right around this zone here. If you can get your butts down to the 654 zone, this is your liquidity pool right in here, right? You don't want a long at the center of anything, okay, guys? Be patient. Make sure the price comes to you. All right, guys. So far, yeah, I think I could see actually immediate short-term time frame upside. That likely takes us to the $7.18, maybe prior day's high at 736. Then we'll see that bottom side one more time here, and then we could actually start getting some volatility towards the upside, because that initial pump, that impulse already happened here, right? So from that impulse, we're going to get this wave, right? Things are going to start doing this, right? A little more active. So be patient with this ticker for now, guys. I wouldn't, it is on the side of a liquid too. I really don't like the way that the candles are structured here, right? The last thing you want is for you to buy this freaking thing at $7 and this thing rips all the way to freaking $14. Who's going to buy it, right? So if it's if it's siding in the side of a liquid like this, guys, please be careful there, okay? Because there may not be a buyer on the other side to get you out of that trade. I'm being honest with you, okay, guys? So that's currently what I'm observing. If this thing starts to pop off, really, guys, as soon as it breaks above this $7.43 zone, right, there's going to be a critical resistance here, as it is a multi-week resistance. I can definitely see that 756 top here. This is going to start that consolidation process in between that 756 to 743. Get that closure here, a minimum 4-hour closure on a closing basis, clean close above that, and I think we would be able to see some continuation towards the upside on this, okay, guys? So heads up, heads up, heads up. And you know what? I guess we could do some very, very basic things on this, right? Because I definitely you guys know me, man. I'm more mathematical than I am anything else, and I guess we can take a look at some moving averages, right? All right, so yeah, we have so much contraction, guys. Look at all the damn moving averages here on the daily time frame. That's a collection of your EMA 357, fucking 914. I'm sorry, 13. You also have your EMA 55, EMA 21, SMA 50, SMA 20. Fucking everything is completely just jam-packed in here, and that's you know, fucking showing you all that contraction here. So contraction alongside the convergence of this mathematical indicator, well, the formation, right? That could lead towards upside probabilities, guys. I'm not going to say that this is going to happen in the immediate short term, but if we are to break out from where I think this may actually break out, then it may be here within the next buy daily bar. So if it does happen from here, guys, 3 targets to observe for this triangle, right? The breakout target with a clean close, and the largest side of the triangle, right? So we have 3 potential go-to targets on this. Let's just say that this would be the breakout zone right about here. Let's go ahead and mark this off as a different type of line so that we can identify those upside potentials, right? Here's your 1 target. This is going to be your 2nd target here, and your 3rd target right about here, right? So just so we can keep things kind of together, let's go ahead and just put some targets on this, just like this here, just so we can keep some type of organization, right? So here you go, guys. These would be the upside potentials if this thing were to break out. But please remember that it doesn't really show that we are going to make this massive upside unless I'm missing it here from the, oh, well, shit, actually, that's not fucking bad. 4-day time frame, critical contraction, upside bias on stochastic momentum, and getting ready for a potential break of the 15%. That's actually not fucking bad. 5-day time frame also, right? We have inside the 15% of critical contraction, and also a potential bias of that upside nature on that 5-day. Guys, there's something going on here too. I don't know what it is. You let me know, right? But whatever it is, it feels like it could give us a potential upside move on this that could be pretty fucking insane. I would have to run a back test on this at any time that volatility has expanded beyond the 15 percentile with alongside an upside pivot of stochastic momentum. Anytime that criteria meets, I would like to study that phase historically, right? Because it looks like we have enough data here to consider a pretty nice back test, right? At least this would be, yeah, there's so much fucking data in here, man. Yeah, we have a 1 iteration here, 2 iterations, 3 iterations, 4 iterations. Yeah, this could lead towards a pretty good back test. Maybe I do it, maybe I don't. Fucking make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel so you can motivate me to fucking do that thing, right, guys? Welcome back, everybody, and I'm sorry that I haven't said hi to you, but I'm very excited to make sure that I am providing you with that good information, right? Let's go ahead and move on to ticker symbol AMC and find out what's going on before we look at XRP and GME, right? So AMC, guys, I will tell you that I don't know if you remember this, but just yesterday or 2 days ago, I explained to you that a daily signal had fired on this for an upside, and that would be also the volatility setup, right? That's going to be your linear volatility break above the 15% alongside the upside criteria of the moving average and the component itself, right? So that signal fired off right about here, I'd say, right? So that's the opening of this bar here, indicating what here we have the data set right over here, right, team? I want you to notice this, right? Because these are all the back tests right here of any time that criteria has happened, and I have collected that data set right over here, right? So this is going to be your daily time frame. What is the Bollinger Band's width percentile, right? So your daily time frame break of contraction into expansion, that's going to give us here 48 total iterations historically, 27 of which have been guessed correctly to the upside, and that's giving us an average upside accuracy of 56.25%. So if we are looking at a 56.25% probability, it's not fucking 40, but it's not 100, right? So this is leading towards more than half of the probabilities here that it's going to do the move, right? And the average upside thrust on this based on that criteria is about 44.69%. And that I guess, guys, if that can actually happen, then let's measure that 44.69% to the upside from the firing of the signal, right? So this would be not this iteration right here, but it would be this one here from the firing of the signal. That would take us to about the target of about $6.80. And that, remember, guys, fired just about 2 or 3 days ago here, or whenever that was. It was a few days ago, which is curious that we ended up getting that thing from Roaring Kitty just today, right? So already giving us the signals for a potential upside and continuation, and fucking today it definitely made one of those moves, right? So this type of upside, team, generally kind of there's an influx from the immediate short-term time frame that creates a cascading effect into the larger term time frames if you observe wave theory, right? But yeah, we can use the domino effect on this, and it's just the same way. So an initial thrust, right? Initial impact on the body of water, creating that ripple effect, and then you'll see the convergence of the waves as the time flows, right? So it's going to be the convergence times the time frame divided by the waves. Then you have a whole distance here that you can measure here for proper upside signals, right? So whatever that is, I'm just giving you guys here a probability. It doesn't matter how the statistics are done and how the physics are worked in. So just mind that I am measuring that stuff here for you. You don't have to worry about that math. I got you, all right? So yes, that probability leading at upwards of the 50% probabilities into a 44% move to the upside. This already has around this already moved about halfway that whole signal right now. Okay, guys, so we're going to validate the continuation of this, and actually I want to see what that 44.64% is confluent to, because that would be, fucking completely ideal. So let's just say that this was moving to $6.82. Let's get rid of everything here and just take a look at the price action by itself, because remember, guys, price action is king. Nothing else is a leading indicator. Nothing else is a historical indicator or a present indicator or forward-looking, or nothing as well as your candles are. Learn how to read price action. You'll learn how to fucking trade the world, guys. So, all right. So $6.82. It looks like we would be coming up to around this resistance right here, right, team? So now if we look back historically, there's really nothing there to kind of give us another bias. But I'm noticing here that the weekly time frame does have a little bit of a tweezer bottom down here. So that would already give me that potential here. So I would be drawing something like this in here as an upside resistance zone, right, into that area right about here. So we're looking at about $6.55 to $7.18. Always mind that 50% in between. That's going to be around $6.87, right? So let's make sure to keep that $6.87, because why? Because that's where the statistics are fucking taking us, right? That's that 44.69% to the upside, taking us to $6.82. Well, if we measure the tweezer bottom here to the fucking end of that, the closing basis of this candle, that center gives gives you 687. Pretty nice how that connects, right? Good stuff. Let me get those fucking thumbs up, guys. Anyway, let's go ahead and put some geometrics on this and see if it doesn't agree, right? We're going to use a little bit of an unnatural Fibonacci retracement on this and see what's up. So why don't we go ahead and take the last weekly close, because we're about to get here another weekly close here. So let's take this week from its swing high to swing low on an inverse fib and see if we don't have one of those 272 ratios or a 618 ratio at those targets up there, specifically that 682, 687, right? Let's go ahead and take it just like this and see if we have some of that meeting us, right? There you go. 4-spot 618 going towards $6.92, magically speaking, right? Fucking incredible times here, team. So it's geometrically fucking capable, right? It is psychologically capable as well. Fucking what else do we have here? Do I have actually any type of formation that would give us the idea or something? I don't know, man. Let's just look. Let's fucking look, right? So let's see. What about the buy daily time frame? I want to. Oh, actually, that's fucking really forced. It is kind of bull flaggy right here, right, team? I'm gonna say that it's pretty fucking forced. You definitely never want to force a formation, right? But if it did have some type of validity, and if it did have enough of an audience, this bull flag, right? Then let's just go ahead and measure that top side of the bull flag all the way to the bottom side of the the last wick there. Get the measured move on this, and that would be taking us to a target of around $5.33. Of course, we reached that today, and that would be confluent to the 1-spot 618 at 537.2. So that happened. It is showing us that, in some way, shape, or form, we are respecting market psychology here as far as your silly formation theory. Now, if I can kind of get my hands here on another formation, I guess it might be there. But again, team, the worst thing that you can, the worst thing that you can do is force a formation here. But I think I may be observing a little bit of a higher time frame wolf. If you guys have heard of that formation before, then fucking congratulations. But I think I may be seeing it here somewhere, and it's just a little cluttered, right? A little cluttered. But this would be that shakeout, right, from the wolf. We have regression happening right down here. That's pretty confluent. Let me show you. I would say just about like this, right? Notice here that we have completely correlated flat bottoms right in there, right? We have all kinds of support, but then we have that shakeout down here. If we are able to kind of meet some type of formation, then we're looking at this as being a type of wolf formation. Okay, so now we're going to use let's see, we would use the one, this would be 2, 3, and shit, man. Actually, I think this would be the fourth wave right up here to give us that top side as a connecting point for that ticker, for that formation of a wolf formation, right? So this would be that top end here to somehow measure our time. Guys, just know for a fact that this is completely discretionary. It does not mean that it is going to happen or whatever, but fucking notice already that we're getting pretty close to that wolf formation top. That top side on this would be saying that if we can continue making that upside, then we could see about December 11th here, Wednesday, at around that 2-spot 272, around 567, followed by continuation into that 584, the 2-spot 618 by around Friday, December 20th. I'm not saying that it's going to happen. I'm just saying that on average, you can measure a wolf formation like this. So I'm trying to find any reason here, technically, psychologically, statistically, and fundamentally here for this thing to completely rip towards that upside, right, guys? So very interesting times indeed. We are getting some formation theory to match those upside targets. We are getting shit, man. I think it's even it isn't a side of it isn't a pretty nice side here of liquid zone as well. So I guess I can support that, team. It did bounce pretty nicely from that zone, but it's super fucking zigzaggy, right? Super choppy here. Bull flag takeoff around that same target too, right? The 1-spot 618 correlation and the 2-spot 6 correlation on that wolf, and then also your 4-spot 618 $6.92 confluent to the statistical target of 44.69% to the $6.82 zone. AMC's kind of doing it okay, right? So why don't we just go ahead and validate that within your, I would say, your immediate short-term time frame volatility versus stochastic momentum, right? Let's go ahead and block the visibility here from any of those drawings here to not have us distracted completely. Let's see. So yeah, we have a little bit of a downside coming in on the bi-hourly time frame. Long wicks to the upside usually means a little bit bearish, right, guys? So kind of watch out on the price action when that happens. Let's go ahead and now observe the buy. Let's see the 3-hour time frame. Yeah, the 3-hour time frame, a little bit of consolidation here within that stochastic momentum. We have a great amount of volatility spiking here, entering the critical zone of expansion. That would be your 90% and up, right? And I would assume I would assume that one more day here, we're gonna get our first red close above that 98% of critical expansion. So 4-hour time frame here. This is where it's fucking at, guys. Check this out. The EMA 3 and SMA 14 crossing into the bullish control zone of the stochastic momentum, also with a massive spike of volatility expansion on the 4. Guys, you guys already know that the 4-hour time frame is one of my is among my favorites, right? For the upside probabilities here within volatility against stochastic momentum, guys. If you're curious over how I learned this stochastic versus linear volatility thing, it was actually learned by a couple of market makers, right? That and one in particular that worked at the NYSE and was also a trader for Arca, right? So hence the name. So this is I guess it's practiced institutionally and through some market makers for quantitative analysis, right? And this is why I'm just showing it here to the team. I want to go ahead and display a different way of giving us that upside bias. Quinny Baby saying Koss is only moving because of the ape community basket. So yes, the guys, I remember that happening, right? There was a basket of stocks that were, you know, kind of part of this whole thing around. I think it was Chewy was one of them. Woof was another one, right? Of course, GME, AMC, and all those other ones, right? KOSS. There was I think BBBY was another one. There was a shit load of tickers that were part of that basket. So those are currently moving right now. BlackBerry, Nokia, that's right. Quinny Baby telling me right now. And Chad, yeah, that's what I was trying to see here. I thought I was kind of seeing in you know, this really forced inverse head and shoulders, right? It's just, man, it becomes a little weird. In fact, you could also see a head and shoulders in here that just completely got invalidated. So in fact, there is a way to measure that natural head and shoulders, right? So take it from the top side all the way down to the potential neckline of that head and shoulders, which would be potentially right around this area here. Put it to the top side of that price, and this would give you that resistance zone on top, right? So here you go, guys. We were already talking about a potential 577. We were already looking at a potential 560 something into this area here, right? So where the 2.618 would be located. 584, my apologies. So yeah, fair enough, right? This head and shoulders kind of got invalidated. If you apply it, actually it would be in two different places. The other place would be right about here, and that is also confluent to the target that we were observing at the 1.618 for 537. Dude, there's so many rhymes here. So many different rhymes happening right now, right? So let's take this freaking 64-ounce hydro flask and get a little bit of a sip of water in here, man, because it's getting fucking ridiculous in my throat. Hold up. Oh yeah, all right, let's continue this damn thing and see what's up, guys. So yeah, that's gonna be the story here for AMC, guys. Coming in from the immediate short-term time frame, that 4-hour time frame is giving us a very nice push of volatility versus momentum. Look at that fucking 6-hour, guys. This is absolutely gorgeous. This is getting into the gravitational zone of stochastic momentum, and this is already mean reverted and now completely just launching towards that 2 standard deviation upside probability. We're looking at around that 5. Yeah, check it out. For a 6-hour time frame, 2 standard deviations up would be at around 541, right? So what you're observing here, guys, this is another one of my algorithms, right? I decided to code in whatever information that I want pertinent to any trade of any ticker forever, ever, and anytime. So in my case, I want the VWAP and its deviations on top and bottom. I want the RSI slope, right? I want a daily ATR top, current ATR low, current ATR top, right? I want your 2 standard deviations, 1 standard deviations in your mean volatility, your RSI here, right? Daily volume, current volume, and daily ATR and current ATR, right? So these things are, you know, I'm gonna add and optimize this as we go, right? You guys already know how we do in the team, right, guys? But yes, just and if you are part of the Arca Bulls trading team, guys, know that these algorithms are already offered to you for fucking free. Make sure to go into that ABT scripts right at the bottom and add that code. It is an open source only for you though, right? So make sure to join that Arca Bulls trading team right away, and these indicators here will be yours right away, including my reversion variance, right? All that stuff, guys. So very, very, very cool stuff, and even my averages, right? Arc averages with, you know, we have the triple moving average crossover, golden cross. We have all kinds of crosses happening right here, team. So it'll give you little tiny signals, not buy signals, right? But it'll just tell you when certain crossovers happen, right? So just heads up, right? Because those could be yours at any moment here. So yeah, very nice here that we are getting a golden cross on a 6-hour time frame, right? We're getting that SMA 50 crossing above that SMA 200. Very, very, very nice here. And I think we actually ended up getting that silver cross as well. And that happened right around, yeah, I guess it happened right around here. right? Get the silver cross I identify, guys, personally speaking. I know everybody has a little bit of a different one, but I identify it with the EMA 21, EMA 55 cross, right? So just know that we do have both on a 6-hour time frame. Let's take a look at that 8-hour time frame. Well, the 8-hour time frame, now we're getting that contraction in between that SMA 50 and the SMA 200. We're getting the silver cross already back there, so this is getting ready for some critical moves here, team. These would be the 2 moving averages that you're looking for to cross over on the 8-hour time frame, right? So far we have every other time frame making that official crossover from the SMA 50 over the longer time frame SMA 200, right? Very, very good stuff. As soon as we start getting some type of probability, some type of bullish price action is right when we're moving above that SMA 200 on a daily, right? Typical knowledge, right? All that jazz. And also check this out. We are about to get a golden cross on the daily of AMC, guys, but that's not any cross though, okay? So if those of you who know about moving averages and how they should be postured in order for us to get that higher probability move, then you would know then we absolutely need an upside posturing on both of the moving averages and crossover in order for us to get a higher probability move. Guys, check it out. AMC has an SMA 50 on that teal line and an SMA 200 both pivoted towards the upside and getting ready for a crossover on the daily. Guys, very good stuff coming in for AMC here, as we did get that volatility fire off as well, guys. So be patient in the market, guys. I do see continuation for AMC here. I do think that if you are to reach any type of resistance, then it would likely be on the prior day's high. Also, we have a few other pivots here. Even, you know what, looking at the larger time frame for this would be a lot greater for you, getting rid of all those moving averages as well. Then we can see some very confluent touches in larger time frames as well, right? So I would say right around here, that would be your 526 resistance in the immediate short term, which could introduce a potential pullback. And why would there be a pullback? Well, let's go ahead and take a look at the closures, right? We have a daily closure. Naturally speaking, the buy daily is going to close in 16 hours. 3-day time frame did not close. 4-hour time frame, 16 hours to close. 5-day time frame closed, okay? That's where it's at. So we're going to experience a little bit of resistance right at around that $5.29 zone, 530-ish, right? And then we would get that 50% bounce from the prior bar, right? So if we can kind of draw that in real quick, let's go ahead and do it just like this, right? This is going to be your 5-day time frame range, and that would tell you here that price action would essentially come back down to around $5.15 at the 50% of its prior bar. But we have to we cannot underestimate wicks like these, right? Creating these types of fair value gaps, if you will, right? So if you got to make sure to watch out for these things too, because they will often work just like a normal gap would, you know, support right at the top of the gap and continuation. It doesn't mean that we're going to fill it all the way. It just means that we're going to support, and we have to validate. The bulls just have to kind of sit there for a little bit and make sure that it gets validated or not, right? That's the current risk right now. So let's draw in our range and we will be good to go, right? So I would say just right at about that 516 down to the zone of about $5.09, right? This would be your immediate support area to experience some type of bounce. Confluent to the 0.786 fib here, there could be some type of bouncing happening right in here, team. And why? Well, that's because fucking mathematics are mathematics, right? So if it does fall any bit lower, team, then the 0.786 at the psychological $5 zone would have to do something about that as well. Okay, guys, so very good stuff. I'm going to put the trajectory here for you just like this. Let me just get rid of the let me just bring this closer here, right? 4-hour time frame. We're looking at this being the map, right? Something along the lines of upside into that 535, 531, right? Resistance coming back down into this area of about 509. This will create a bounce and start our validation process, right? So this would lead towards that top side that we're looking for, right, guys? So just heads up, we are moving on a daily basis of around 26 cents, and I am talking about a move that would essentially open up the pre-market, right, or the Euro Open at around 523. So if we look at the 523, or if we look at a daily time frame, and let's just say that we opened up at the daily 520, what would be the daily ATR on this, seeing that we have 25, 26 cents to the upside? Well, 26 cents, you know, 20, 40, 50, 56, there you go. There it is, right? Mathematically speaking, mathematically viable, and also 44.69% to the upside. what do you know, right? Now you guys have seen how statistics, formation analysis by the study of psychology, right? We have geometrics, and we have all kinds of other fucking bullshit that just aligned all of it to around 556 at the very tail end of the motherfucker, right? So good stuff, guys. Make sure to hit that fucking like. Make sure to do that magic for fucking me all the time. I love you guys so much, and I am very happy to be streaming here for you. Okay, guys. So now, who is ready to take a look at GME, man? We need to take a look at GME and XRP. Those are our fucking bangers right now, man. XRP making a move from 48 cents where I signaled your 58 cents, right? Where I signaled your first entry. Guys, I said shit. This is expanding like a motherfucker, and this is likely to make a continuation to the upside of epic proportions, guys. And I can't tell you to buy it because that's not my job. My job here is to entertain you, make you laugh as fuck, and make you look at these charts and be like, holy shit, there are numbers that rhyme with other numbers and fucking things happen, right? Cool. It's a video game, right? So fucking, I love you guys so much, man. I'm fucking around here with you guys, man. I'm just fucking around. I'm not, you know. All right, guys. So yeah, why don't we go ahead and take another fucking sip of that water right now, man? Do you think there's water in this? Throw an A in the chat if you think there's water in this fucking thing right in here, guys. Go ahead and throw that. Throw that A in the chat and tell me, man. But just do it. Speculate on it right now. Let me know in the fucking chat if you think it's water in here. I'm gonna take the biggest gulp I can, but in order for me to do that, I need a little privacy. So fucking shut up. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get this thing going. Yeah, boy. All right, so let's continue on with the analysis here, team. So we are looking at GME now, right, guys? So I do have some information to spread here. There are let's see who's talking. Let's see. Damn, need to turn on notifications, right? What is up, Daniel? Good to see you in here. ECAT, Sunil, what's up? Good to see you there. GCA, always good to see you. Young Kong, what is up? What is up, man? Make that money, right? Of course, guys. But you already know, you guys. Hold up. Right, you guys already know. This deserves actually a little bit of silence here, team. You should know this already from your boy Arca, right? Whatever ticker it is that I am giving you guys, I am not going to open position on that, right? I'm not about to front run any fucking play on you guys ever. I don't do trade signals. I don't do fucking load up the fucking boat on this motherfucker before it fucking runs. I don't do any of that shit, guys. I trade what I trade live, and that's it, right? So if you're gonna see what I fucking do live and my entries and shit, then so be it. But if you don't, I don't know what to tell you, right? But that's just what I do, okay, you guys? I am not long GME or AMC or XRP. Well, actually, I'm lying. I am long XRP with a $6 position, currently sitting at around 70% up to forward test my statistics on that, right, guys? So I don't have any substantial position on any of these, and the reason why is because I want to make sure to remain unbiased while I observe these tickers for you, right? I want to make sure that I can remain myself risk off completely from those tickers so that I can give you a clear bias here, okay, team? So that is my promise to you, and I've always promised that here from the very beginning of the Arca Bulls team, right, guys? So that is presently what we're observing. The tickers that I trade, sometimes, guys, you don't even know what the hell I'm trading, right? But that's oftentimes I'm trading futures, right? So it's all good. It's all good in the hood, man. Which, by the way, team, I actually just got my last fucking fill today, man. I just got the last fill today. This was the fourth day traded, right? They just gave me the update on this, right? So I traded my fifth day today for one trade, and I am now above $9,000. So we have officially passed our 150K evaluation, guys. About to get another professional certificate over here, and we're gonna go ahead and continue allocating and collecting all those fucking certificates, right? We're gonna take them all. 150, 100, 75, 50K. We're gonna go into Apex trading. We're gonna take all their fucking ticket, all their evaluations too. We're gonna go into fucking I don't know, Top Step too. Fuck them. We're gonna take them all, right? Who cares, man? But very good stuff indeed, team. Thank you so much for supporting me, and thank you so much for observing that, as I know that I've literally paused any type of analysis that I've done down because I'm over here trying to say, all right, guys, I'm going to get long here because of this, or I'm going to get short here because of this. I'm going to take profit here because of that, right? So I love you for being patient with me, okay, team? Anyway, yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at GME here, okay, team? Major closures coming in, which is something that we have to keep an eye on, right? We have the monthly time frame just opening. So that's a closing basis that just happened, and we also just experienced a 50% prior bar pull being your prior month, right? So the prior month did close green above that prior bar. In fact, it actually beat the 1, 2, 3, 4 months of price action by getting that wick high of around 32.12. If you remember here months and months ago, team, I spoke to you about a very likely upside continuation based on a 5-month close, right? So I had you guys load up the boat at around $18.96 before this thing started to make its upside based on that simple thing that we always talk about. 60 to 70% of the time, you'll get a 30 to 50% prior bar retrace. It does not work perfectly, and you also have to back test it in the specific time of the specific asset that you're trading in, right? So don't always just follow that 60 to 70% rule because it may not work on every single ticker, okay, guys? So gain your probabilities here over any time frame that you're observing or testing that reversion play, right, or rejection play, whatever it is. So in this case, team, I did study GME's 5-month retrace, and it does have a pretty nice hit rate when it comes to a 5-month bar, and that's exactly what we did, right? Loaded up the boat, 1896, took profits at around that $31 target, and that was it for that fucking play, guys. And this thing came up to $32 and rejected, and now it's coming back down. Why would it come back down, guys? Remember, as you experience the closing basis of your candles, that's the decompression level, right, guys? As you start approaching that close, you start decompressing, right? So here's your monthly time frame reaching that $32 target, and as the asset started getting close to closing that monthly, you start decompressing, guys. As a trader, I'm not going to remain risk on the market. I'm not going to get short an asset or get long in any asset when we're about to experience let's say, for example, at your 30 minutes into the trade, right? 30 minutes intraday, meaning from that's going to be your 9:30 a.m. Intraday, right? So 9:30, wait 30 minutes, right? Wait 30 minutes to 10 a.m. Eastern time. At 10 a.m., you have your 1, 2, 3, and 6 hour closes. Your 3 hour and 6 hour closes simultaneously, right? So now if you go to lunchtime NYSE, so going into the lunchtime NYSE puts you at the 1, 2, 4, and 8 hour closes. So I'm not long those times, guys, and I'm not short those times either. Because a lot of the times that's when things shift, right? And things shift because people tend to risk off the closure. So you don't want to be the last one holding the bag at the very fucking top. You know, it may not be anything that anyone really looks at, but I do, right? And then also if you're getting a 4, a 6, and an 8 hour close to revert or decompress back from its back to its 50% from the top or to its 50% from the bottom, then that would typically happen on on a 4, 6, and 8 candle. Those hours, yeah, that would be around 15 to 20 minutes to their close. They'll start decompressing the top, right? On average. The 3 hour, right? The 2 hour, 1 hour, 30-minute candles right around there, those typically decompress at around 7 to 9 minutes to closing. If we're talking about a weekly, bi-weekly, 3 weeks, we're talking about 1, 2, 3.25 hours before they retrace, before they decompress, right? Okay, so if we know now that in a 4-week time frame, we could get about maybe, I would say, 1.5 hours before we start to decompress, then what would that be on a year candle? So if we know that 1 week has around that time frame, right? Around, I would say about 1.5 hours, the weekly candle. So that would mean that we would have around, I would say, about 5 to 6 hours retracement on a monthly. Right? So that means that if we can then multiply all those numbers into that annual candle, then we would start experiencing some interesting reversions, right? That is what's been happening. The monthly time frame on GME, just like we were talking about, right? This already moved to the upside to revert back to its 50%. It's a decompression from low. Now, here's another thing. I don't know that a lot of people are talking about this, but it doesn't fucking matter because I read price action for the most basic thing that I can ever read. And this is definitely a true green outside bar, fucking bullish engulfing pair on a bull flag. So I don't, shit. The upside targets on this is fucking parabolic. It's just I don't even feel comfortable in fucking telling you what the target is gonna be based on this. I don't even know that there's enough. The market cap would have to be fucking, I don't even know, right? But throw an A in the chat if you want to even just speculate on what that target is. Do you want me to tell you what that target is? Throw an A in the chat right away. Now that we have a shitload of people right now on the YouTube live with us, right? Go ahead and throw those A's in the chat right now if you guys want to know what that target would be for GME if it did make that powerful move to the upside, guys. I want to see you participating here. I want to know that you guys want to tell me what that fucking target is. Quinny baby, you know what? I actually don't know myself, right? So why don't we go ahead and find out for sure, right? We got a bunch of guesses coming in. MG saying 1,400. We have Daniel saying 1.2K. Lots of comments coming in right away, man. Very good stuff. Gray man, what's up, buddy? All right, Northwest Sasquatch, what's up, dude? Saying 31 is the target, right? Okay. Let's go ahead and see what this, it would be pertinent to the bull flag, right? So what does the bull flag have to offer for us, man? That's just going to be stupid. Somebody now is going to come in the fucking comments and say, oh, we're pumping the fucking stock and blah, 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 blah. No, man. Remember, guys, that I got a bunch of those comments saying that I was pumping the fucking stock using my subscribers here. No, fuck no, right? So that's why I stopped making videos on GME so I could shut that fool up. Right? I stopped literally 2 or 3 weeks before this thing made the upside that I told you it was going to fucking make, and it did it anyway, man. There was no Roaring Kitty. There was no Arca. There was no motherfucking I don't know who else. You know what there was? Statistics, man. Statistics. The fucking 5-month closed, bro. So it's got a 60 to 70% chance that it'll revert. Son of a bitch, man. I don't know what to say. But that's what happened, guys. So all good in the hood, right? Fair enough, right? So let's go ahead and get that price for that massive bull flag now. So let's take that measured move right like this, right, team? I'm going to use this point here to actually, I'm sorry, I don't know why the fuck I just did that. There we go. It has to be the very swing top to the very swing bottom on this, right? And then we applied. But I got to tell you, I got to be honest that there's going to be 2 different targets for this, okay? Because I usually avoid these FOMO fucking events, right? This was one huge wick that went up towards that, you know what that was, guys. This was fucking equivalent to the $80 target that we experienced just recently, right? When Roaring Kitty decided to make his little dance here. So yeah, it actually went up all the way to there you go, 80-40, right? So I'm not saying that that's going to be the target, team. I'm not saying whatsoever that that's going to be the target, okay? But just to be honest with you, that $80 target that we fucking hit was probably 80% to the $500 target that it hit back in June of 2021 or January of 2021, whenever the fuck that was, right? So very, 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 very notable upside there, and people still saying that it didn't. Just be careful, okay? That's all I'm trying to say. Let's go back into that annual candle and observe what that fucking massive target is going to be. I see you guys getting insane and they're guessing all these targets, right? Let's go ahead and put it up right now, man. So this is going to be the potential targets. Wait. We're going to measure also the smaller one, okay? Fucking don't get your panties in a bunch. We're going to go ahead and measure the smaller one too, okay? Right down here, just like that. So we're going to have 2 potential targets on this, okay? One fucking completely FOMO'd and one completely not so FOMO'd, but still ridiculous enough to talk about, right? So speculation is apparently the fucking thing that makes a bunch of followers here, guys. So yeah, make sure to follow and make sure to fucking do all the little dingly danglies to make this thing to pop off in algorithms and whatever, right? So here we go. Top side price action on this one first. It'd be $254.93. That's already something that I don't feel comfortable of talking about. What is this going to be? A trillion market cap? Is this thing going to take over fucking is it going to start chasing after BTC? Like, I don't know what the fuck it's doing, man. But if we were to speculate on that massive bull flag on the annual time frame, right? Anything can fucking happen here, man. Anything. What if this is the catalyst? I'm going to ask you this. What if this is the catalyst? What if Ken Griffin fucking says, you can't zoom in. What if Ken Griffin does get annihilated here with the investigation that's happening right now for Citadel Securities, right? So what if he actually got caught up with the fucking manipulation of GME and AMC, and then fucking out of the woodworks comes Robin Hood closing that fucking buy button and shit and all that whatever from dumb money? Oh my goodness. What if that actually happened here, man? Do you think that GME would actually run to the target of $1,506.10? I need to know if we have any geometric confluence to that number fucking one. Okay, so I don't even know why I'm doing this, but I'm going to do it anyway, right? Let's take an unnatural fib on that and see if we have some confluence there, geometrically speaking. We want to see a 272 or a 618 somewhere there. Holy fucking shit, we do, right? So 1434.51 at that two spot 618, marking it right there, man. Oh my goodness in heaven. Okay. Well, and also the curious thing is where we're sitting presently too, man. Where, guys, if you're looking at the Fibonacci ratio, can anyone in the chat right here on YouTube tell me where it is that we're sitting? Where is it within the geometric scope? Where is it? Speak out loud your face and let me know exactly where price is at the moment. Oh, dust to dust, man. Oh, you are a good student, man. That's right, Daniel. That is right. That is right. You guys got it fucking right. We are absolutely sitting at the golden pocket, right? So that is between the 0.618 and the 0.382 Fibonacci ratio, sitting at the 0.5, just above it. Usually the area that things tend to retrace into before we get some type of a bounce. So you guys remember that I said loading zone around the $18.56, $19 zone, right? Well, take a look at this. 0.382 at around $20 target. That's your fucking pool, man. So we got that bounce from that $20 zone, and now we're going up again, right? So very, very interesting times indeed, right? Thumbs up for GME for doing all the very, very nice little crayon stuff, right? So good stuff in line here for this ticker team. I am really excited. I am going to go ahead and make sure to remind you here that in 2 or 3 weeks, I'm going to have again the beginner's mentorship for trading and for charting and trading starting. Okay, God, man, guys, stop with the bull crap. Learn how to fucking invest in yourself. Get in here, ask for the syllabus and disclaimer, and I'm going to get you guys started here. 2 or 3 weeks, we're going to start the beginners off in the Arc University. All right, guys. So let's go ahead and now continue on the analysis here and see what can be happening for the more immediate short term on GME. Right. So very curious times indeed. The resistance level that we were talking about already kind of met that $32 zone. The $31 zone was what we were really looking for. Right. So in other words, this is what I'm going to do here. Right. There you go. Right. Get rid of all that crap in there because it does not matter anymore. Right. So in fact, we are getting a breakout and an invalidation right from this head and shoulders right over here, team. Another thing that you can observe this as is that this was a very, very huge false breakdown on an ascending channel, right? And I guess this could also be a massive wolf, seeing that this thing would be a rising wedge of sorts, right? But if we can connect this and use the ascending channel instead, then maybe that can give us a little bit of I guess more confluence in the resistance touches that we have down here, right? So something along the lines I might say about this right here, right? So this resistance that we're experiencing right now is very much the regression, the trend line regression rejection here from that ascending channel, right? Very good stuff. If it is the case, team, and we reclaim the inside of this channel, the trajectory here would be simply enough like this, right? So first of all, let me just not take you on that huge run. I'm going to tell you here just by myself really quickly, right? So I'm not going to explain what I'm doing here. I'm just going to go ahead and explain in my head how I'm going to tell you what that downside can be. Okay, so that's going to be the ATR of the hour, 2-hour time frame. That's going to put us down to about $28.55. If $28.55 is your support bottom, then I'm going to match that with price action. We have a range of support coming in for the immediate short-term Euro open potential, guys. So if you are looking for any type of risk on, this is completely talking about paper trading and simulation purposes only, right, guys? I am not a financial advisor. I am not here to tell you what to buy, short, sell, or hold, or whatever, right? I'm here to make fun of these candles and call them just huge green dildos, right? So yeah, I don't know what the heck is going on with my son over there. He's getting super pissed, right? But all good, right? So he's good now. All right, team. So long wicks to the upside. Hold on, buddy. Long wicks to the upside, right? That usually means a little bit of weakness here alongside the regression from the channel. Yeah, I guess that we could come back down from that area here pretty soon. So the immediate short-term time frame would lead kind of like this here, right? Resistance around that immediate short top, come back down into this area here, right? Pick up any type of entry, which is also going to be the validation of well, it would be a conversion, right, of the resistance into support from this entire zone right here. So we'll get that resistance resistance, and we'll convert this into a support, bounce to the upside, reclaim the shit out of this motherfucker here. 30.95 brings you down to this area at the channel at 29.50, and this continues towards the upside. Resistance at the 50% of the zone is equal to this high right there. So just heads up, guys, because this thing would be zigzagging here for a potential continuation towards the upside. Okay, guys, please be very careful, as this is I mean, I do this all the time, right? So we are able to get ourselves with some of these targets to happen here pretty often. So yeah, bi-hourly time frame giving us upside here, and 3-hour time frame upside. Yeah, shit, man. 4-hour time frame upside. Dude, fuck, 8-hour time frame, 12-hour time frame. Oh my goodness, guys. Wait, hey, what's going on, guys? Hold on, just a quick sec, just a quick moment. Whoa. Man, that is absolutely a very super game that my son was playing, guys. So I am back. Apologies for that, right? You literally heard him just yell at the top of his lungs. Could he fail? He failed at a game. All right, guys. So very good stuff here indeed, as we're experiencing the upside for GME. Please make sure to watch out as these resistance levels come in. But yeah, I think we're headed again towards that $32 target. If we start combating that upside team, there could be a continuation. Even still, guys, I hate talking about these upside targets like that, but just I would love for us to get a daily closure above that 32.21, because if we do, guys, that next upside target is leading towards 35, and you're not going to believe this, $35 to $38, right, guys? So if we can get that validation of the break right at around, I'm not joking, man. I'm not joking here, right? So, whoa. Glitching on that camera a little bit right here. We're going to fix that in just a bit. Right. So yeah, we would just get that upside around that $34 to $35, $38 target as soon as we get that daily closure above the 32.10. Okay, guys, keep that in mind here, because if that doesn't happen, then there could be some extra volatility towards the downside, and that's not going to be the end of the move. It would just mean that we still need some further validations and some further confirmations of lower supports before we can continue, right? We need to make sure that everyone is in line for this move to the upside. Okay, team. So now, good stuff, right? So let's go ahead and wait. Is this thing working or what? Ah, it's working. Good stuff. All right, team. So GME is officially out of the way, guys. So remember, team, remember here, 2 weeks. Mark your seats, man. Get the seats now before they're completely taken. Get your butts inside of the ArcMastersCourse for the beginners, right? I'm going to teach the very beginnings of trading and charting. Make sure to learn from someone credible. It doesn't matter if it's not me. Just make sure that the person knows what he's doing, right? Forward test their targets. Are they meeting their targets in the first place, right? So good stuff, right? ArcMastersCourse at Gmail. Asked for the syllabus and disclaimer here. I'll go ahead and give you guys all that pertinent information, right, team? Good stuff indeed. Let's go ahead and now move on towards ticker symbol XRP, man. What is happening with XRP? Ah, man. All right. So if you guys were part of the analysis here just a few days ago or a couple of days ago, we expressed here potential entry or risk on at around the zone of around 227 to 231, right? So if we did get that support bottom, we did, right? But we actually kind of bled here just a little bit into the 222 to 221, right? So if you are going to mark off in a percentage basis what that bottom side is, hold on, buddy. What if you're going to mark off what that percentage basis is right here, team, then it looks like we only kind of deviated here just about 2%. If you need to know personally what my stop loss is for shares, well, stop losses for me are ranging anywhere between 4 to 6% on live shares, right? It's a little bit different. It's a little bit more expanded here with options contracts, as they do present a lot more volatility. So yeah, no, Young Kong, I usually don't practice harmonics. I usually practice statistics and geometrics, right? So a little bit different here, but all very good. Yeah, so still, you know what? I should probably get into harmonics here. I know a whole bunch of other things, right? But all good in the hood. We've been trading this for years and it's been working okay, right? But dude, I'm happy that you're practicing the harmonics, my brother. Very good stuff. All right, so this would be the entry zone for the XRP. Guys, please remember that I'm also practicing some type of fractal analysis on this. If you are, I guess I can just go over it real quick, right? You're looking at two complete phases here, and the phases are completely rhyming in time in everything. This is what separates the fractal from the fractal. It's the time, right? So if we can make any type of time frame analysis on XRP, it would be done through this one phase here, being a mirror image of this larger phase right here. The interesting part behind all of this, team, is that we have this inline. Okay, let me just go ahead and bring up my this thing right over here. And damn, we also had this in groups somewhere else, right? So here we go, team. You know what? We're just going to be able to give it to you just like this. Remember, we're going to measure this iteration here against this one and this one here. Okay, so let's do that. Check it out. Bottom side here, 42 bars long, 1,280 days, around 1,300, right? Second iteration, which is the first half of the second phase, would lead towards 41 bars, right? 1,250 days. And magically speaking, the third iteration being the second stage of the second phase, right? That would be 44 bars, equivalent to 1,338 days. So very, very confluent timing here when it comes to these phases, right? So now there's an interesting thing too. I'm not going to dive in completely to this, right? But we're using momentum against price action here to identify drives of divergence. So the divergent drives that we're getting here, team, are actually done from a monthly time frame and a 12-hour time frame, which is why you're seeing them here a little bit parted out. So the monthly time frame, we have phantom hidden bullish divergence on both drives, equivalent to their upside thrusts, right? So that's also another curious thing. Now, also, there is one entire drive of hidden bullish divergence on both of the iterations. Now, both of these iterations, magically speaking, have a critical break to the upside. Okay, now if we are looking at about, hold on, buddy, if we are looking at about a 1,280-day break towards the upside, well, let's measure that upside. So it tells us right here 7,269%, right? Okay, so at the second deviation here, let's just mark that off as well. So if we were to make an upside from this area, that means that from around 1,300 days, we should start popping off, right? That would mean that we would make our way towards 7,269%, equivalent to the 2.618 fib, right? 2.618 fib at 37. So since I have a fib measured from this top side to the bottom side, but why here though? Why there? Well, there is a confluent burst there as well. This is that 41 days. 800% right here, 41 bars, right? And right over here, 42 bars. And we have the centered area right in here with the first wide iteration measuring 800% as well. So we have these stages. Remember, team, we have 1, 2, and 3, 1, 2, and 3. The jump that we're getting is after 2 into 3, after 2 into 3. Both of these are measuring 800%, which is just fucking ridiculous. Right? So since we're measuring 800% bursts in here, I'm going to take the fibs inversely from that area there to give us what that 7,200% jump is going to be. 2.618 Fibonacci ratio. Okay, nice. So why don't we measure it from here too? So we'll take the Fibonacci ratio from that 800% jump on that phase, on that stage number 3. And guess what? 2.618 at 7,269%. Exactly. Carbon copies again. So this is ridiculous, right? This is ridiculous. So here's another thing that not a lot of people are observing. is actually the monthly time frame volatility versus momentum signal. Check this out. Check this out. Right here. Notice that volatility has never been inside, has never visited inside of the critical contraction zone beneath the 15th percentile in its entire trading history. Never. This time it did. So what we're noticing here also is that the volatility spike is single-handedly the biggest spike that it ever has had in its entire trading history too. Not here. You're thinking right here, right? No, because it's from this point to this point here. That's actually kind of small. We're talking about a jump from 9% to about 81% in one shot. Guys, these are historic times that are happening with XRP. It's never been inside of this critical contraction zone. And I explained to you at the beginning of the stream that the bigger the contraction phase and the bigger the explosive move, it doesn't matter what direction, right? But it's just going to be an explosive move towards the upside, right? So I'm explaining to you, team, what is used right now in market makers, guys. This is the quantitative analysis that is used literally at the NYSE at Arca, okay? So I don't know what else to tell you here, team. I'm practicing right here. I'm literally practicing what the institutions are doing, right, guys? And I'm not practicing really anything else because that's the way I was trained. That's the way I was mentored. I was mentored by the fucking market makers, right? What can I say? But that is literally it right in here, team. We are now able to quantify the amount of times that we've reached the areas of critical contraction against the areas of critical expansion. That gives us iteration. That gives us measurement. That gives us probability, and this gives us the dispersion of returns. Good stuff, right, guys? So now if we look at the bi-monthly time frame, let's take a look at this, right? Bi-monthly time frame, critical explosion towards the upside, and also a massive spike on that area there, guys. If I'm gonna put it, I'm gonna put it like this, man. Let's go to the quarterly time frame and also that bi-daily time frame. Let me the bi-monthly. Sorry, let me put a regression on this so I can give you an idea. See this right here? There is a little bit of upside mitigation here, right? So we can definitely start to see some absolute resistance coming in here, but that doesn't mean that it's going to happen, okay, guys? It does not mean that it's going to happen. What's going to happen here is that we could be seeing a break out of this triangle because we are getting close, very, very, very close to the center of stochastic momentum. So for those of you that know the studies behind stochastic momentum, you'll know 2% up, 2% down from the mean or any junction is your gravitational point. As this breaks into this area here, it reaches the gravitational zone of stochastics, increasing the probabilities of upside continuation, meaning that there is an upside liquidity pool that we want to suck into, right? Good stuff here, team. And it's looking like we have further validation even into the quarterly chart. Check it out. Volatility spiking, and also upside probability on that stochastic momentum. You want to see your buy daily giving a little bit of correction here. That's allowing you to potentially enter the market. We already spoke about that, right, team? Could be a little bit of a drawdown in here, 25 cents, right? So we're looking at 25 cents equivalent to around the 4-hour time frame. If we look at an ATR of around the current buy daily, well, that would be maybe equivalent. Here we go, 22.8 cents, 23 cents. Downside here could be into tomorrow, and I would say that would take us down to the areas of about $2. Yeah, so $2 would be our zone to validate here, okay, team? Now, why $2 on XRP? Why $2? Well, if you take a look at these iterations here, you're going to notice that there is a pennant, a bull pennant right here, right? This is your bull pennant, right? And you also have in the outer skirts, you also have an ascending triangle. Now, the ascending triangle, there's something curious about this triangle because that triangle top is definitely $2. We broke above, we come back down, validate as newly converted resistance into support, right? Good stuff. We continue towards the upside. Okay. Now, the $37 target that I gave you, right? That's confluent to a bunch of things. It's confluent to now, what about this, right? Taking into consideration your top side of the triangle right here for the right angle triangle to the bottom side, you apply it to the top end over here, and guess what it gives you? It gives you $31, right? Well, if we visit the 6-month time frame, and there's a formation in there that kind of sucks balls, right? So check it out. This is your cup and handle here on an annual candle, and taking the measure of that cup, just like this right here, right, from the top of the cup all the way to the bottom, apply it to the top end of your handle here. Very basic stuff. It takes you to what? Right here, $31, man. Confluent. Psychological confluence using the annual chart, using the 6-month chart, monthly, bi-weekly, weekly, and even all the way down to a daily, guys. So this is the complete analysis here, team, and this is not it, because if you go into the annual time frame and you block out all visibility, then you'll notice here a bull flag. So if this bull flag really is in line, the top side target for this bull flag and measured move would actually lead towards the top side of about confluent to the 3-spot 272 at 103.12. And this is why I'm hot. No, this is why, guys, I'm just fucking around. This is why I believe this is why I titled the video that probability, guys. I titled it this for a reason, right? Here's the video on YouTube. I'm giving you the first thread of analysis on this, right? So this is XRP, the potentials of this valuation right here, team. So very good stuff. This video has a lot of plays already in it. Thank you so much for your participation. Make sure to hit those likes on that video as well, team. I love you very much. So let's just wait for the pullback here for that $2 zone. There could be continuation in the immediate short-term time frame for that, team. Let's see. I guess we can validate it for the final part, right? So hourly time frame giving us a little bit of contraction with that upside. That's indicative of some type of resistance coming in here pretty soon, right? So if we still have that upside, that would be given to us by the 10-minute time frame with expansion right there, looking okay, but it's about to curve, right? 15-minute time frame getting us that upside as well. Curving the 10-minute will curve the 15-minute. That means that the shorter time frame would last just about 15 minutes worth of upside, right? So I would say the 30-minute time frame starts to affect here from the 10 and 15. So 10 and 15, that would be just like we said, 25 cents, right, to the upside. Upside 25 cents takes you to a current ATR top of around 237. So if we look at 237 on this, what in the world is around there, right? So that would be this resistance range right here, right? This area right in here. So if I'm going to give you guys a target, I would say wait for the resistance right about here, right? I would say, yeah, 238 to about, I guess if we can really measure it like that, 240, right? So give that zone there some respect, as there's likely some resistance coming up in the immediate short-term time frame, and also an immediate short-term time frame inverse head and shoulders that would only give us about halfway the target, that is halfway of its target potential. Okay, team? So that's currently what I'm observing here. Price action likely to continue towards the upside, resistance to come down into this area here. If it also beats this zone, then very likely at the 242 zone. Rejection at this point, and we would likely come down, validate a little bit of support there, get the resistance from this area, face the support from this zone, get the next resistance from the next area, and then finally reach our 220 bottom, where we could start making the official validation of short entries so it can take us down to the $2 target. I will say that the $2 target may also be a bear trap, because between 218 and 222 are very, very critical supports for this. Okay, team? This is a current very, very liquid zone, and there could be a complete rejection of the bears at this point for a massive upside rejection. Okay, guys? So heads up on that, because there is still a potential double bottom to face here in the more short term, right, guys? So make sure to hit those links that Quinny Baby is sharing in the chat, guys. That's your way in towards the Masters course, guys. So please make sure to get your butts in, and everything will be cool, okay, team? So I think this is a pretty good place for me to leave off this video, guys. If there's any questions or concerns, you know where to reach me, right? Make sure to sign up for that course right away. Join the Arca Bulls trading team, and on your way out, finally, team, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and do everything necessary to get this thing to live long, thrive, and survive. Okay, team? Thank you so much for coming on out, and we'll go ahead and catch you here on the next one, team. I love you all. Adios and adios, right? Please take anything that I say and iterate within these videos as just a form of entertainment, as I cannot suggest for you to buy, sell, or hold any assets whatsoever. Ever. I need you to do your own due diligence, and everything will be cool. But with that said, team, I wish you well a very, very good rest of your night and or day, and I'll catch you at the bell mañana. Adios, team.